Hi, today I want to share with you something that my family has been doing and how that we have kind of, well, completely changed it. But we do this every few years. We change things. And what I'm talking about is chores. The way we do things is me and my two children take on the full responsibility, or the majority of the responsibility of taking care of our home. Mostly it's me, but my children do have chores, and people have asked me oftentimes, how do you get your children to do chores? How do you get them not to argue with you? Well, from the time they were tiny, whenever they were, I don't know, whenever they were old enough to actually pick up a toy and put it away, we would make it into a game. So anyway, I've always had them doing their chores. They've always had their responsibilities. Have they always done them exactly like they were supposed to? No. Have I ever had trouble with them doing them? Yes. Have they ever like whined and complained? Yes. But they do them, and I mean, there's times where they would not do them or did not do them, so they got punished. They would have something taken away, or they would be grounded, or something like that. So it's all in trying to teach them responsibility. I'm going to show you the way that we had done it. We actually did it like this, but I revised it, and I used this same chart, but I revised it a few years ago because my children got older, and as children get older, they can take on more responsibilities. I got this little chart from moneysavingmom.com, and it's been great, but I decided, because I wanted to change some things up, that I needed to make something of my own, and I'll share that with you in a moment. And I'm going to try to take a picture of both of these, the old one and the new one, and try to put them in the video. I don't know how to do that yet, but I'm going to try to learn. But anyways, I'm going to go over this really quickly of what we used to do. The daily to-dos, this one actually before breakfast is not even a daily to-do. It's just if you have not done everything by a certain day, then it has to be done on Saturday if you don't have it done by Friday. And I try to make the weekends very little work, very little chores. I want it all done by Friday if possible. Sometimes that doesn't happen. So anyway, and then after breakfast it was dishes, take out something for dinner, or put something in the crock pot, one or the other. And then after lunch was dishes, and before dinner there was really nothing, because it was just me cooking, or now the kids are learning to cook and they can cook some things. But and then after dinner was do the dishes, and then wipe down the mirror and sink in the bathrooms every day. And then the weekly to do was Monday, trash and dusting. Tuesday, floors, windows, and grocery shopping. We only did grocery shopping every 2 weeks, but I put it on here anyway because it was always on a Tuesday, and I knew which day it was, and everybody knew what day it was. Wednesday was clothe and wipe down the appliances in the kitchen. Thursday was clothes and then take trash out, because our trash actually comes on Tuesday and Friday, so we always wanted everything out on Monday and Thursday. Now, that's not to say that we didn't take trash out on a Wednesday or Tuesday or a Saturday. We still took trash out if it needed out, but that was the definitely get everything out of the house. And then on Friday was floors, dogs' baths, because we have 5 dogs to bathe, and then the bathrooms. Now, we took windows off because we don't clean all of our windows every single week. I don't know many people do. We still clean our windows, but we've changed it up a little bit because, well, I'll explain that in a moment. But anyway, we took windows off of there. We also changed up the dog baths and things like that. I just swapped some things around, and I'm going to show you now how that we have changed it. And I did not have a chart for this. I couldn't figure out how to do a chart, or to use a chart. Like I said, I really like this one and it worked for years, but it got to the point where, because I wanted to change it up, that just wasn't going to work. And the reason why I want to change it up, and no, I have not read this entire book. I am still reading it. I am still learning from it. But It's the Fly Lady Sink Reflections. I'm reading it. I have not gotten to the zone part yet, but I've watched a lot of different ladies on YouTube. I've read a lot of different blogs, and they've talked about zones and all these things. And I know I'm not using it just like the Fly Lady would, because I don't know how she does her zones yet. But this is my version that's working for us right now. We've only been doing it for a week, but this is what's working right now. What I'm going to show you is, and I'm going to just tell you how I'm doing it so far. I have myself a timer because my my camera will shut off. Anyways, let's go on to this next part. Plus, I don't want the video to be an hour long. What I've done is this. I've got zone cleaning, weekly chores, and the clothes schedule. First of all, we made our zones. Me and my children and my husband sat down and we talked about this. The reason why my husband was involved is because he does have responsibilities, but they're not the same as ours. And you know, this does involve my children, so I wanted his input as well. Zone 1, bathrooms. We have 2, hall, and the 4th bedroom. Now the 4th bedroom right now, there's really not much going on in there because it's cluttered, and we can't really clean clutter. That's one of the things that the Fly Lady says, you can't clean clutter. So we need to find homes for things even if it's not our home. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through there, and then that 4th bedroom will be part of that zone. But I went ahead and put it on here because it's going to happen soon. Second one is the kitchen and dining room. Now, kitchen and dining room, that's where you have the most work, because the dishes have to be done several times a day. If they're not like washed, they're going to be have to be put in the dishwasher and things like that. Zone 3 is living room, family room, pantry, and front porch. Yes, that sounds like a lot, but it's really not, because the living room and the family room, there's not much to do. In fact, the living room, the first room you come in the house, nobody really is ever in there. We walk through there. We're rarely in there. So anyway, then I took and I broke down what each zone, what is expected in each zone. I didn't necessarily type up every single thing, but everybody here knows. Zone 1, make sure the sink, toilet, floor, and mirror are cleaned daily. Now, I'm not saying you have to scrub the toilet, but if you see something, you need to clean it. You need to swish and swipe, as the Fly Lady says. You need to make sure something's done. If there's toothpaste on the refrigerator, that's not where it's supposed to be. Even if there's toothpaste on the refrigerator, clean it. But if there's toothpaste on the mirror, or on the sink, faucet, or whatever, clean it up. And anyway, and then if it needs any touch-ups, just do it. Just clean it up if you see something. But I want you, we're to deep clean it, like deep clean, scrub the tub, not just wipe it down. You know, scrub the stuff and clean it up once a week. Then zone 2 is clean the table after meals. Used to be everybody was supposed to do their own stuff, but a lot of times my son had gotten into the habit. It's a great habit, but he had gotten into the habit of taking everybody's stuff, and he was doing almost everything, and I didn't really like that because my daughter was getting really lazy, and she would just sit there and let him do it, and she wouldn't get up and say, hey, let me help. It got ridiculous. He wouldn't necessarily put them in the dishwasher, but he would take it off the table. Anyway, so clean the table after meals, do the dishes, wipe down appliances and cabinets as needed. In other words, if you see something, clean it. You know, you do it at least once a week. You wipe down everything, but if you see something dirty, go ahead and clean it up. And you deep clean it at least once. What, did I skip something? Yes, I did. Clean the floor, table, and countertops before bed. So make sure everything is clean. Don't go to bed with anything dirty in the sink. Don't go to bed with a dirty counter or stovetop or anything like that. We got to clean it up. And then deep clean it once a week. In other words, make sure that you got all the crumbs and crusties from everywhere under the cabinets, you know, because there's like a little lip there that there's stuff. Well, I don't know if everybody's cabinets like that, but I know everywhere I've ever lived there are. It's called a footboard. I don't remember. Anyway, then go on to zone 3, dust everything, because this is like the family room. This is where a lot of electronics are, and electronics love dust, but they hate dust. They attract dust, but they hate dust. It ruins them. So anyway, dust everything, clean the TV and computer screens, vacuum, sweep, and mop. We only have one computer screen, but just saying. Mop, clean off the couches and the chair, and you deep clean at least once a week. Now, the reason why I say vacuum, sweep, and mop is because in the family room, there's carpet, which I hate and hopefully soon we'll be getting rid of. And in the living room, there is hardwood, so it has to be swept and mopped. So, those things, that's our zones. Now, the weekly chores, we do have chores that are specific to, you know, us in certain ways, and I'll explain those now. Mondays, I am to clean my CPAP, because I have to have a CPAP when I sleep because I have sleep apnea. And I have to keep it clean because it's my responsibility, and I don't want to be breathing in some funky stuff. But and I'm going to try to do a video on CPAPs and sleep apnea. I'm not an expert, but people need to be aware of it because it can kill you. But anyways, let's go on to the next thing. Then on me and my daughter, I've said in a previous video that we use cloth sanitary napkins and feminine products. And every week, we wash them on Monday. Every week. And then, the next thing is, me and my 2 children, we do 1 load of clothes, we take out the garbage, and do our zones. We take out the garbage on Mondays because, like I said before, trash pickup is Tuesday. On Tuesdays, the dogs get their baths. We do 1 load of clothes, which is the dog towels. And we do our zones. Now we clean after we do dog towels, we clean the washer too. Okay, the next one is Wednesday. We check the soap dispensers because there's been too many times I would go in the bathroom and I would try to wash my hands and there would be no soap. So annoying. Anyway, so and I mean, my hands are literally busting open because I wash them so often. I don't know if it's a bad habit or a good habit, but I have a habit of washing my hands a lot. Like I can wash them 10 to 15 times while I'm cooking one meal. I don't know if that's normal or not. But anyway, I'm getting off subject. So anyway, do soap dispensers, do 1 load of laundry, and do our zones. And I'm going to tell you what the schedule for the laundry is too. Thursday is trash, clothes, and zones. Friday, clothes and deep clean zones, if you haven't already done it. Saturday is yard work, anything needs done, and family time, and kitchen duty belongs to all 4 of us. And then Sunday is family time and church, and kitchen duty is all of us. We also go to church on Wednesday too, but by the time Wednesday evening rolls around, our chores and everything is done. So yeah, Saturday and Sunday we try to make that all about family as much as possible. And then this is the clothes schedule. Monday we do work clothes and some other clothes because we want to make sure my husband has his work clothes. And me and my son, that's our duty for the day. We're the ones responsible for doing the laundry on that day. Tuesday, their dog towels get done, and the responsibility is my son and daughter. Wednesday, it's just normal clothes, human clothes, which we don't have a lot of dog things, but anyway, it's me and my daughter. Thursday is bed covers, and that's all 3 of us. Friday is napkins, because we use cloth napkins, and towels, like human towels, not the dog towels, because I don't wash the dog and the human stuff together. The dogs have their own towels. And that's all 3 of us. Now, what I have done here is each one of us gets 1 day off. Like on Monday, my daughter gets off. On Tuesday, I get off. And on Wednesday, my son gets off, and then the Thursday and Friday, it's all 3 of us. So that way, because Thursday and Friday is the most folding and everything like that, but that way we always get 1 day off from washing laundry. We don't want to always have to do laundry. Now, I still do a load or two. Like this morning, I got up and I did a load, and I just did them because that's just how it goes. But we definitely do at least 1 load a day. Okay, we do have a rule, and it goes for all 3 of us. If zone is not done by Friday at bedtime, no internet or electronics until zone is done, or you do 2 zones the next week, and the 2 that did, you know, they share a zone. Now, if something happens and both of my children don't do their zones, I'm going to be sitting back doing nothing, and they're going to do all the work. Same goes for me. If I don't do mine, but my son does his, and my daughter does hers, I'm going to be in trouble. You know, because the rule goes for me, too. I'm not going to just make the rule for my kids, because I'm just, I want them to learn that we all can take our responsibilities seriously. All 3 of us. They're 17 and 18 years old. They know what responsibilities are. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. The next thing I wanted to talk about has nothing to do with zones or cleaning or anything. I've been watching different videos lately of different, and it's garden time. It's time to get some food in the ground, or just about time. And there's a lot of people talking about doing gardening journals or homestead journals or things like that, and I really want to do that. Now, this book is beautiful, but I got it several years ago on clearance, and it was probably about a year or 2 ago. I can't remember exactly, because whenever I find these little notebooks, especially the spiral ones, I'll buy them if they're on clearance, because I use them for taking notes at church. Well, this one says faith plants the seed, love makes it grow. And the reason why I picked this one is because of what it says, and because it has all the flowers on it, and also because it doesn't fold back, so it's harder to use during church. So I got this one for my garden homestead journal. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because I want to ask you if you have any tips, because you've used a homestead journal, you made a homestead journal, or a gardening journal, or whatever like that. If you have any tips, I'd like for you to share them with me if you can. Because I like advice, and I will always take advice into consideration, and I haven't done this before, so I want to do it. Yeah, so anyway, if you have any questions about zones or our zones or anything that I've gone over, if I did not explain good, I didn't even speak well. If I didn't explain well, then please just questions, comments, leave them below. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. If you like what you see, hit the thumbs up, and share if you feel the need to share this with any of your friends if you think it would help someone. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.